What is up, guys? It's Trevor with Embers Living. Today we're answering a big question when it comes to barbecuing. One of the questions we get a lot. The question is it better to have cast iron cooking grates or solid stainless steel cooking grates? Which one's better? The answer, I'm gonna tell you right now in the intro, it depends. You guys hate it when I say that, but it is gonna be circumstantial. I just have a hunch. I'm gonna break down the difference between cast iron and stainless. Let's go. Okay, so before we get started, you guys know the drill. If you're in the Denver, Colorado area, come to our showroom today. Check out these products for yourself. If you're new to our channel, subscribe. We have a lot of cool content and a lot of new content to come, so stay tuned for that. All right, which one's better, cast iron or stainless steel? I'd love to know in the comment section. You guys let me know what you think. I'm gonna tell you what I think. So here's the thing. Cast is pretty much all the same. You know, whether it's wide cooking grates or narrow cooking grates, these ones are kind of right in the middle. The idea of the cast iron element is cast iron is known to retain heat. So typically that's going to be better for searing, like in a cast iron pan or something like that. You're going to sear much better with cast iron. But why do so many grills, especially the high-end barbecues, why are they using, I mean, this is a $10,000 grill right here, and they're using stainless steel cooking grates. If it's so expensive and cast iron retains more heat, why are you putting in stainless steel? Because stainless steel has its benefits, and in some ways I think it's better. But cast iron relatively is the same across the board, but when it comes to stainless steel, not all stainless steel is created equally. For example, come over here, Chris. Let me bring you over here. Showroom's a mess right now, by the way. This is still being remodeled. You can have everything all over the place when it comes to stainless steel. So here's Kamado Joe, and here's their stainless steel cooking grates, relatively lightweight, relatively thin. In a situation like this where it's not very high-end stainless steel, and we don't know the material of the stainless steel, I would almost say cast iron is gonna be better because it's gonna retain more heat than these tiny little stainless steel cooking grates. Versus when we go up to like an expensive gas grill, like this Heston here, we have laser cut 304 stainless steel with some thick old cooking grates on them. Look at this. I mean, this thing is heavy. I mean, it's way heavier than cast iron. Super thick, super wide, laser cut. I mean, you're not gonna have a problem searing with that. So stainless steel is really all over the place. And then in some exceptions, like our special edition Napoleon over here, come over here, Chris. We're walking around all over the store today. Our special edition Napoleon. What is this doing over here? Why is a basketball in the showroom? Do you know?
I don't.
Yeah, well, we'll figure that out and we'll put this in the barbecue. Then we have cast stainless steel. I mean, look at this thing. That's pretty wild, isn't it? So it's kind of the best of both worlds. You have the cast iron heat retention, but the durability of the stainless steel. What the heck's the difference? I'm kind of rambling a little bit. Real quick, I'm gonna go through the pros and cons of cast iron versus stainless steel. So I think a lot of people or a lot of grill manufacturers do cast iron, one, because it's more affordable, it's easier to manufacture, and two, like Chris mentioned, cast iron is known to retain more heat. So it's an easy way to retain heat without a lot of power behind it. So some of the machines out there that don't have a lot of BTUs or high burners in them, cast iron's a way to retain that heat and get a good quality sear. So that's the advantage to the cast iron. So cast iron will rust. So you have to be careful, one, how you clean it. You cannot use water on this because you will get rust. Of course, that's a problem. Number two, you cannot use stainless steel brushes on this. You will flake off the cast iron and you will ruin the cooking grate. So you have to use special brushes when cleaning this. So cast iron, although it retains more heat and is more affordable, it is more temperamental and you have to be careful how you clean it. If you have a 5, 6-year-old grill, that could be a problem because it's gonna build up a lot of gunk on it over time. So that's the advantages and disadvantages to cast iron. Now stainless steel, on the other hand, although it doesn't have the heat retention of cast iron, a nice solid 304 stainless steel, what would you say, Chris, as far as cleaning this thing? Should be easy. You could use water. Bulletproof. Yeah, you can use water on this. You can use anything you want to clean it. You can use stainless steel bristles. You can basically get down and dirty with stainless steel and you're not going to have any problems. So which one's better and why do some machines use cast iron and some use stainless steel? Here's my assumption, and we're actually going to test it. My assumption would be that in lower temperature machines, cast iron is actually going to be better because you're going to get the added value of the heat retention. So things like low temp Traegers that only go to 450, even 500, you know, that's still not a ton. And then the Traegers have those really cheap, you know, cooking grates in them, or the Kamado Joes over there with the thinner cooking grates. In a machine like a Kamado Joe, come over here, Chris, I would definitely use, so this is our Golden's cast iron. I would definitely use, look at this difference here. I mean, this is a little bit bigger, but you're gonna see the point. Versus these kind of cheaper stainless steel cooking grates versus this cast iron. I mean, just eyeballing it, what do you think is better, Chris?
Yeah, the cast iron.
Cast iron's better. But in a machine that gets lower temp, you're gonna get the added advantage of, even though it's a lower temperature, this cast iron is gonna retain more heat. So if you have a machine that's 450, 500 degrees, the theory would be that this cast iron can get hotter than that. It's gonna retain heat, maybe climb above 500. We're gonna test it to know for sure. So I think that's where the added value of cast iron comes into play, is when we have a machine that will not get up to temp. But of course you have the disadvantage of longevity, cleaning, and rusting. I don't think it's a coincidence that all the high-end machines have barbecues. Let's call them barbecues. All the high-end barbecues have solid 304 stainless. And the reason is because these high-end grills, they're getting 800, 900, 1200, even some with some infrared burners, 1800 degrees. I think when you're in this temperature range, that 1800 degree mark, who cares if the cast iron retains more? You need it hotter than 1800 degrees, you better find yourself a new chef or a new way to cook something, because that's just too hot. Pump the brakes on the heat there. This thing is gonna retain heat just as good when you're above 500 degrees plus as the cast iron, but you're gonna get easier maintenance on them. Whew, that's a lot of talking, Chris, isn't it? Should we put it to the test?
Let's try it.
Okay, we're gonna fire up a gas grill. I'm gonna put the burners on low, 300 degrees. I'm gonna see if the cast iron can retain more heat than the stainless steel at 300. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fire them up as hot as it goes and then see if it's more of an even playing field. My hunch is on the lower heat, the cast iron is gonna do better, and on the high heat, it's not gonna make a difference, which would tell me because of the superiority of longevity, we would go stainless steel in that way. Only one way to find out, let's go fire up the grill. So this is the Lynx infrared gas grill. I thought this would be a good one to test it on, because one of the advantages of the Lynx infrared grill is these burners have one of the highest temperature ranges in the industry. So what do I mean by that? They get as hot over 1200 degrees as they do turn down. So these cooking grates, or not cooking grates, got cooking grates on the brain. These burners turn down to 300 degrees. So I'm gonna put them on a low setting. This grill comes with solid 304 stainless cooking grates. You can see they're nice and thick. Can you see that, Chris? So what I did is I swapped out these. They don't have an actual stainless steel or a cast iron cooking grate for this. So it sits a little bit lower. Hopefully that doesn't skew our review too much. But I'm gonna turn these burners on low above the cast iron and above the stainless steel. And we're gonna throw a steak on each one of them and see which one cooks better. So they're on absolutely low, so around the 300 degree mark. We're gonna zap them with our heat gun and then throw some steaks on them and see what happens at 300. Now this is my hunch. At a low temperature range, this is gonna be a superior cooking machine, the cast iron. I've been saying machine a lot, huh?
Oh, yeah.
This is gonna give us a better sear on a low temp. I mean, 300 degrees, we're not getting a sear. But what I wanna see is if this is gonna give us a better reading. And that's gonna be helpful because if we have a Traeger or something that doesn't get as high as temperature, then you know, okay, if you wanna buy some cast iron inserts for it, it's gonna be worth it because you're gonna get a better, superior sear on the product itself. Let's go season those steaks. All right, so I just got some really super thin steaks because all we wanna do is zap these real quick because we're doing a sear experiment. So we're doing an experiment to see if we can get a better sear out of them. So I got two, one for the stainless steel and one for the cast iron on low. And then I got two for the stainless steel and cast iron on high. And we can't let these go to waste, even though it's an experiment. So we got to eat them, which means I got to season them. So putting my favorite rub on these, Cosmos dry rub. Basically salt, pepper, garlic. You don't want to get too fancy with steaks. I think it's a big mistake people make is they try to add a bunch of sugar or they just don't know what they're doing with steaks. Basically red meat, I'm here to tell you. Salt, pepper, and maybe garlic. Not always even necessary. Don't overthink it. This is a great rub because it has all three. It's perfectly well balanced and it's awesome. We'll put the link below if you want to buy this. All right, so again, this is on low. And I don't think we're gonna get a great sear either way, but let's just see what our heat gun's reading. So our stainless steel is at about 260, 275, let's say. Let's see if our cast iron's hotter. Oh yeah, look at that, Chris, see that?
I can't really.
350. So on a low setting, 275, 350. So we're about 75 degrees hotter on our cast iron. Again, this is on low. Obviously, that's gonna give a better sear. Should we throw some steaks on and see it for ourselves?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. All right, so obviously, the cast iron's holding more heat, then I would assume it's gonna give us a better sear. So these are little thin baby steaks. And I'm doing it up here where it's nice and high. Got a little bit of a sound to it. Not as much here. So we're just gonna go 2 minutes aside. Start my timer. Okay, 2 minute mark. There's the stainless. Terrible sear marks. Cast iron really, I mean, I guess it's a little more brown. Either way, at 300 degrees, we're not gonna get a great sear, but I was just curious if we're gonna get a better sear. We'll let these cook a few more minutes. All right, so I did 2 minutes on the first side. That wasn't long enough because of the low temp we're cooking at. So we gave this about 6 or 7 minutes. Look at that. Stainless steel, 0 sear marks. Ooh, that's a difference. Look at that. I mean, it's still not awesome. I'm not impressed with those sear marks, are you? Give these a few more minutes and then we're gonna pull them, cut them open and taste them. See if we can taste the difference, and then we're gonna crank these bad boys. Time to pull these bad boys. Again, on a low temp, we don't have much of a sear, but that's the point. We're trying to experiment on a low setting how this is gonna be. Now in the meantime, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna crank all these as high as they go. So we're gonna go from 300 degrees up to max out city. It's gonna be hot. All right, let's go taste these while we let this heat up. All right, now here's the question, is one gonna taste better than the other? Now, I think because neither one of these are seared, they're gonna be all that great, honestly. But let's see, so this is the stainless steel. Nice medium. Tastes pretty good actually, nice and juicy. Solid. But what I'm wondering is if the cast iron is going to taste better. It might be placebo, I don't know, but it tastes better. That's just me. Only one way to find out, we got to have someone do a blind taste test and see what they say. All right. Try this piece right here. Tell me what you think of it.
It's good.
Solid.
Well seasoned.
All right. Give this piece a try right here. Wait, cleanse your palate. Oh, too late.
Ooh, that one's better.
That one's better? Okay. Zane, come here. Okay, try this piece right here.
This one?
Yep. It's good? Mm-hmm. All right, try that one. Which one tastes better?
The one I just had, a lot juicier.
Really? Okay.
I'm saying that one's better.
That one's better?
Tasted, yep.
Rand, you want to try one?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so there you go.
Then we're trying to figure out which one tastes better.
Just, yeah, it's all, I don't want you to overthink it. Just tell me which one tastes better. Try that one first. Solid.
Yep. I'll take number 2.
Number 2, why?
There was more of a flavor explosion initially.
Okay. So all 4, including me, chose number 2. Number 4 was cast iron. So in a low setting, we had a better sear, and it actually noticed the difference in the actual flavor itself with the cast iron. Now we have that grill cranked up. This is my suspicion. Cast iron is going to taste a lot better at a low setting. My suspicion is now that we got that baby cranked, you're not going to notice the difference. That's just me though. Let's finish up eating this steak and then test it. All right, we're going to attempt these quick. Look at that. That's straight fire. I mean, look how red those are. Okay, cast iron is, oh, that's hot. Cast iron is $7.50. Stainless steel is, look at that, it's too hot. $7.50. I think this thing only goes $7.50. Yeah, 7. Let's try it right here. Yeah, too hot. So they're both around the same. They're both so stinging hot. Now, this is what I'm saying. When you're this temperature, I don't think it's going to make a difference. Only one way to find out, though. Son of a gun, I can't even, like, set this down. Woo. We're getting some flare-ups more on the stainless steel side. I don't know if that's coincidence or what. All right, should we flip these? All right, if I can bear it. Whew. I mean, obviously that's a good sear. Look at that. Oh my gosh, I can barely touch it. All right, let's pull these bad boys. I'm gonna turn the burners off so I don't burn myself. All right, there's cast iron. Some nice sear marks.
Let me check them out.
Let me flip them this way. Stainless cast iron. Now, we don't want to tell the guys. But let's take them inside and let them rest for a minute. All right, I know which one is which here. The other guys don't. I'm gonna go ahead and just slice into this one. Obviously, this took a lot faster to cook, so we have much more of a medium rare, where it's much more seared on the outside, so a little bit of contrast, totally different way it's cooked. Oh man, so much better than the last one, than a low setting. All right, let's try this one. Same thing. Oh man, that's so good. All right. I'm holding my opinion to the end. Let's get the crew in here to try it. Try that one. Tell me your thoughts.
Second one.
Why though?
Has a better taste. I don't know. I don't know what it is. It just tastes better.
Is that just placebo or
What?
is it just in your head or what? You think that's legit?
No. I had 2.
Try it again. Do this one and this one. Do a second take.
I don't know. Something about the second one still.
Okay. Randy, let's have you try it.
Okay.
Here's the first one. Try that one. Nice medium rare. I gotta try
Tender.
this.
I got to go with number one this time. It's a little more tender.
Number one?
A little more tender. Yep.
Okay. So,
Both solid. Don't get me wrong.
would both of you say that they're closer though, compared to the first batch?
Yeah, I think these
There's more juice retained
Yeah,
in both of them. Well,
The first time it was obvious which one was better.
yeah. This one was for sure a little closer. They're both juicy.
Yeah. So Zane picked cast iron. Randy picked stainless steel. So that tells you it's closer. The first time it was unanimous. How do you say that?
unanimous.
There you go. Randy said it. Here's the thing. I think my theory proved true. In low temp settings, cast iron is very much superior. So if you have a low temp Traeger or gas grill that just is not doing the job, make sure you have cast iron cooking grates because that's going to give you extra heat that your machine can't keep up with. On high heat, I would say it doesn't make a difference, huh? No. And you get the superiority of the longevity of stainless steel. So if you have a low powerful machine, go cast iron. If you have a high heat machine, go stainless steel because you're gonna get superior quality, which proved my theory true because I thought that the expensive gas grills are doing stainless steel for a reason. It's because you get better longevity, they're rust proof, and at that high of heat, it really doesn't matter. So there's our experiment. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay tuned for next time. We gotta keep eating this steak. See ya.